Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's we'll be reviewing the Chevy Tahoe Z71, and this one is loaded up. Before we get in this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Jerry Signer Chevy here in Salt Lake for giving me some time with this Tahoe. I'll include a link to their website in the description down below. I'll also include a link to my car buying guide as well. Let's get into it. Under the hood we have a 6.2 liter V8 that goes through a 10-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy is 14 around town and then 18 on the highway, with power outputs being 420 horsepower and then 460 pound-feet of torque. Before we move forward with this review, I do want to mention if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. Now taking a look at the hood, I think it looks really cool, especially with this black paint. It shows off all the body lines quite well. New headlight design as well. That's one of the biggest changes with the new Tahoe and Suburban. And then grill's all blacked out with the Z71. You got the Z71 logo. You've got the red tow hooks there at the bottom. Fog lights here on either side. And you do have some underbody protection with this as well. And putting it all together, I think this is pretty sharp looking with the front end. Definitely the most aggressive out of the Tahoes. Now around the side here, our turn wheel setup is 275 by 60 by 20 in the front and over in the rear. And you can see here with the wheels, you got the silver with the metallic gray. And then this one actually has the air suspension. So this is the first time I'm able to test this out on the new Tahoe / Suburban, all of that. Anyway, Z71, got the Tahoe badge there on the side, fixed side steps. And then here's your full side profile. It's a big beast, that's for sure. And then this leads us to the key fob where we have our lock and unlock function, remote start. We got the opening for the hatch and then the window as well. Got the little Chevy bow tie there on the back. Now, one downside with the Tahoe is there's not a massive amount of storage space behind the third row. I mean, it's usable, but it's pretty small. Now we do have an outlet here in the back, so the seats to fold them down for the second row. The third row is automatic raise and lower, and you definitely have to lower that down. Ah, it got stuck. Can I go back up though? Yes. But yeah, if you want more usable space. But anyways, that's the rest of the rear. When you're all done, just press that button and that will lower the hatch right back down. Now I do like the new taillight design. Smoked out. Kind of has a fun animation. And then we've got pretty aggressive exhaust tips with this. And the rest of the rear is just kind of blacked out. Now this leads us inside where we've got some nice soft touch trim there. So some wood trim across. And yeah, nice material use. Seats are not perforated, which means they're easier to clean. It's a nice benefit. Getting in's easy. You got the grab handle and the side steps to help out with that. And then I'll move the seat back a little bit so you guys can see the space a little bit. That's weird. Oh, I just wasn't pulling the latch. Anyways, legroom, yeah, it's good. Got a little storage pocket. We've got some cup holders back here. We have our own climate zone here with some heated seats as well. And then this one has captain chairs here, so I've got a little armrest, but yeah, it's a nice setup. And then third row, you can easily fit adults back there, which is a big benefit with the Tahoe, and headroom throughout's pretty good. And then this leads us up front where, and we've got the wood trim that goes across, blind spot monitoring with the mirrors. Got our memory seat function down below. All of our window controls in those front two are automatic. The mirrors do power fold in as well. Nice trim all across, by the way. And then you can see payload's 1528, towing capacity 8,000 pounds. And then here are these seats themselves. Power adjustments on the side, and then we've got a bunch of controls right here. So trailer brake controls integrated from the factory, light controls here. This is for the drive mode select area is what we'll call it. So that adjusts the air suspension, can't talk, drive mode, and then your drive line's up above with those functions. 360 camera, you've got your stability control, hill descent, parking sensors, parking assist, it's your auto stop start, and then lane departure as well. And then you got a nice trim here on the dash. Now taking a look at the steering wheel, you can see soft touch all around. We've got paddle shifters on the back, radio controls below those paddle shifters. On the front, we've got stuff like our heated steering wheel control there for the center screen, cruise control as well. Turn signal windshield wiper stock, and then we do have a column shifter with this too. And yeah, nice digital gauge cluster here, which you can change what it shows. So pretty darn customizable. when it comes to whatever information you want displayed. And then this, speaking of displays, has a heads-up display. 360 camera system with this. Good resolution. So it's everything you'd want from that. And then as for the infotainment system, it's quick to respond. So I think that's a big plus. You do have your controls for your heated seats. No cooled seats with this. Again, the seats aren't perforated. You got your dual zone climate controls. And other than that, not much else to say other than I hope you like screens. Nice soft touch trim all across the dash. Glove box, pretty big. We've got our climate controls down below, so dual zone for the climate. And then you guys can see here with the wireless phone charging pad. We've got a couple others here. Lots of storage in the center console area. Nice trim on the top. Camera, rear view mirror with this as well. Got this to fold down the seats. And then we do have a panoramic sunroof. This doesn't have the final window sticker, but anyways, this is almost 82 grand for the MSRP, which, yeah, it's as loaded up as it gets. Let's drive it. Well, let us talk about visibility before we set off. Over the hood, both the mirrors, throughout the rest of the rear, and 6.2 V8. This is a cool setup. So I was talking about the diesels earlier today, asking when those are coming in, because I know a lot of you want to see a review on the diesel. Chevy has not even allowed dealers to put orders in for the diesel. So that shows you like how far back those are. I would be shocked if we see any even at the beginning of next year. So yeah, we're gonna have to wait. I don't know what's taking them so long, but it's kind of a weird thing to see, that's for sure. It's a cool 4Runner, but I just drove a 5.3 Suburban, so it's interesting to pop in the 6.2 V8. Unlike the trucks, they don't make this loud and rambunctious. In the trucks, they have that exhaust that just makes it a little more aggressive. But with this being a family car, right, it's not going to be as loud. It's interesting. Yeah, both the V8s are really smooth. You don't really notice too much of a difference in terms of the power with the 5.3 versus the 6.2 until you're really getting into the throttle. But yeah, not too bad so far. Man, that truck's in like the most inconvenient place. It's like just enough visibility blocking. Oof. Not too bad. Air suspension's nice. What it feels like is it's just a little bit more floaty. So when you go over the bumps, yeah, it just kind of cushions you a little bit more, which is what air shocks are supposed to do. Obviously they help out with ride height too, but just supposed to cushion a little bit more. Interesting. I feel like the 5.3 is more like immediate response than the 6.2. Just kind of weird. Something to note though. Both solid though. Oh yeah, over the train tracks. Air suspension does great. It's a nice ride. And full-on luxury car. And with the Z71, you might be concerned about ride quality, you know, because of the more aggressive tires. But this ride's nice. You don't really concede anything when it comes to ride quality. I think that's a plus. And noise too. You don't have like a bunch of tire noise chunking up the road either. So, win-win, right? Yeah, I like this. I like this a lot. something's up. And good thing they still do real USBs. This is something that I am paying more attention in cars, is if they only do USB-Cs or if they do both. I think it's a mistake if an automaker only does USB-Cs, like what's in my Toyota, because there's a lot of stuff that still uses regular USB ports. But yeah, in totality, I think this drives really well. I think that it's comfortable. I think it's quiet. I think the air suspension is nice. The 6.2 V8's got some good power. And yeah, you don't really lose that much fuel economy with the 6.2. The 6.2 and the 5.3 are pretty similar in terms of fuel economy. The 6.2 is a little bit less, but not that much less than the 5.3. Just look at the power. So good. So let me guys think about the new Tahoe Z71, but I think this is a really cool kind of like family off-road SUV that you can also use as a truck. Like it's got all the capability that you'd want. I mean, these things can tow like around 8,000 pounds. They got good payload too. Like, it's pretty much all upside. Let me know what you think.